Now, I really don't know how this one is gonna come across. Now, I do not own a smartphone. I never have, and I never will. I do not want to go near those things, and actually, just as a little tiny thing about me, certain large objects really freak me out. Very large telephones and very large TV screens make me very uncomfortable. I've never wanted to be around them. And even though right now my icon is an office telephone, because I just thought that would be fitting, because it'd be like me just talking on the phone, sort of, so to speak, kind of. I never liked telephones, mostly because they startle me, and people I absolutely despise are always calling me for shit I don't want to get into. But in spite of my icon right now, I always viewed telephones in a very negative light. Ideally, whenever we see an envelope in the mail with our name on it, or hear the phone ring, ideally in a perfect world, we would get excited. We would be happy. There would be a person on the other end that we really want to talk to who would have something good to say for us, instead of some punching bag person in India who is calling you on behalf of some evil soulless company, and you know how it is, the punching bag telephone jobs. Or even a robot. I wonder if there's people that talk like robots and they get confused for robots all of the time by the recipient. I wonder if they ever feel like robots, and wonder if they should just get a new job. You should look at phones and envelopes as good things, but there almost never are. There's just always this cold soullessness to them. Really, you should just be going out talking to people. Don't you really love getting a handwritten note? Instead of just some email and some uniform typing, but getting like something on paper written by hand with a unique pen and a unique ink by a unique person with a unique message just for you, the recipient. Don't you ever wish that would be real? Now, I can't really say what it is about huge television screens and huge speakers that make me very nervous, but they always have. I don't really know what it is. I've just always been very skittish around these things. And actually, I do not believe that they have spying devices inside of them. Well, I think that spying devices are used on park benches and, places around, in police states like Great Britain, or even in areas of the USA that sort of thing can be done in, surveillance stuff. But here's the thing. If there really was a camera hidden in, say, an old VCR, you would be able to open it up and find the camera. If there was a secret microphone in your toaster, you would be able to open up the toaster and find the microphone. So you're not going to find hidden cameras and microphones on these things. You just go ahead and look. You're not going to find them. Not only that, but if they were there to spy on you, they would be so tiny and crappy. They'd also have to be a transmitter, because what good would the world's tiniest, crappiest, shittiest little camera or microphone be without a transmitter? And then that signal's going to have to get to someplace so that some freaking spy trainee can review it. And here's the thing, they'd rather be watching porn, okay? So they're not good at anything. Not only would there have to be the spying device, they would have to have a transmitter, then there would have to be a receiver within range, and then some freak would have to actually sit there and decipher the gray static fuzz and the brown noise, and they're not going to do that, okay? So don't worry. So that's not why tech makes me uncomfortable. Now, what I really am working up to, my real point here is, have you ever seen, for real, an actual robot that is better than a Furby? Okay, I've never even seen a Roomba in real life, okay? I've seen Roombas on film, well, on digital video. I have seen these robots on the screen, but I have never seen them in real life, ever. Nothing better than a crappy gold-colored toy robot dog that came out in the year 2000 or whatever it was. Okay, that is like the most sophisticated robot I ever seen. And I really abhor smartphones, so I'm not going to touch them, and I'm not going to talk about Alexa or Iris or whatever, Siri, because I have never interacted with these things, and I'd like to keep it that way. I can't give my opinion on anything I've never come into contact with, and I don't want to touch these things. You know that bipedal Honda robot that looks like a big clunky person wearing a backpack? There probably is just a suit. There probably is actually an actor in there, and it's probably a suit. I mean, yeah, there's remote control animatronics, but come on. Have you ever seen something? Oh, like that bald Castrato head thing that says it's going to kill all the humans on some TV show? There's probably just a person talking into a microphone and pulling around in some dials. That thing is not a real robot, I'm pretty sure. I think that thing is just nothing but a fancy animatronic and a text-to-speech thing. I don't think it does anything on its own. There's like this big buzz about transhumanism, but it's nothing. It's about as real as outer space, okay? They can write all the fiction stories they want about people turning into robots, and they can make all the movies they want about people turning into robots. Doesn't make it reality, okay? They're doing this about outer space. Guess what? Outer space is still fake. You know, I always kind of thought was funny. Now, I understand why a fictional robot on film like C-3PO, for instance, or even that Honda humanoid robot, I mean, or even just like the Blade Runner robots, like, okay, it's going to be portrayed by a person. Okay, for real, honestly, let's put on our thinking caps here. Alright, how do you make a human? Okay, you just get two humans to fuck, alright? That's all it takes. Now, how do you make a robot? Oh, we don't want to get into that, alright? Like, that is just so overcomplicated. You know, it's not worth it. It just isn't. Not worth it. Just those things, I think they exist only in Hollywood stages. Now, if in a story like Star Wars, yeah, of course, a robot character would probably fit right in. Of course, he's going to be humanoid, of course, because, you know, actor. If it's going to be a cartoon with a humanoid robot, hey, it's just a cartoon, and chances are it's rotoscoped. But for real, nobody needs to make a humanoid robot for any reason. That is pure nonsense. The only robots that would make sense are those arms that make cars, and you know something? I've never been to a car factory. How do you know it's not like Disneyland? I mean, maybe those things are real, but have you been to a car factory? Oh, but you know, if you tell me you've seen these things, you're probably also going to tell me that narwhals are real, and you're probably going to tell me that zebras are legit. You're probably going to tell me you're totally a real man. Yep. Or you're probably going to tell me you're really a real woman. So you should never believe anything unless you can actually see it with your own eyes. Just think about these things critically. Instead of assuming that whatever you're told is real, just think about reasons why it would be a lie. The biggest thing about robots and high-tech stuff is, well, why make something that would be so difficult to make, so impossible to make, so much... Okay, you know something about the so-called smart technology? All it does is it tries to spy on you, and then it crashes. There's so much bloatware on the computer, it keeps messing up. It can't do anything. It's too bloated and crashing and full of glitches and errors. It just can't get anywhere. They want to spy on you, yeah, but these things don't work properly. They don't work the way they're intended to by the evil people. So just walk away from them.